Hey everyone, it is your favorite Eskimo Libertarian here. I am your host, the Eskimo Libertarian. A lot of people know me as Nilik Trupp. So yeah, let's go over some announcements as we wait for people to join in. As you're joining in, make sure you like, comment, let me know you're here, and share this video on your profile in groups you might like. I don't know, maybe you have a knitting and crocheting group that might want to hear about this. I don't know. But I would definitely appreciate the like, comments, and shares of this video as you guys join in. So last weekend, I was actually fishing up in Seward and I tried out the live feature and I was super stoked that it worked. It was clear quality picture and sound. That's really good news. So that means a lot of the videos that I'll be doing this summer, I will be outside fishing and you guys get to enjoy that beautiful Alaskan scenery while I talk about liberty ideas and such. So, uh, yeah, and we were snagging for reds in Seward and we were a little bit early, so we didn't get anything. Uh, oh, oh no, we are having technical difficulties. Uh, oh boy. Hold on 1 second. It looks like we're having some issues here. Hmm. Oh, it says I'm back. Okay. I don't know, but something is going on my end, so I can't see myself. So I'm just going to assume that you guys can see me. I'm getting comments that you guys can see me. So anyways, yeah, fishing in Seward last weekend. Didn't catch anything, which is kind of a bummer, but we're early in the season, so I'm hopeful for later on, these later weekends, that I will be able to catch some. So awesome. Comments are saying that we're good now. Perfect. Doesn't show anything on my end, so if it goes away again, let me know because I can't see on this end. So anyways, yeah, if you're new to this video or new to my page and whatever, make sure you guys like, follow. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, MeWe, Twitter. So you can follow me on all those platforms. I'm also on Clubhouse. So make sure if you ever see me on Clubhouse, make sure to follow me there. After the video today, I will be on Clubhouse and we'll have an after party and be talking about like what this show is about. And you guys can ask me questions and have further discussion on the issue for today. Let's see. And a couple more announcements. Oh yeah, make sure you join the Seafood Caucus. So me and the Cajun Libertarian are co-founders of the Libertarian Party Seafood Caucus, and we're pretty excited about it. It's a very wholesome group. We're all sharing seafood recipes and showing pictures of what we're eating, and it's all very wholesome, and we talk about liberty values over there as well. So if you love seafood, if you love liberty values, go follow the Libertarian Party Seafood Caucus, and you can find that group actually a link in the bio for this video today. So another thing, so I am raising some money for better sound equipment, better Wi-Fi, just better equipment in general, because this show is actually blowing up and doing really well, and I want to have better equipment for you guys. So one way you guys can help support me, I do have a merch store. So there's a ton of jokes on t-shirts, there's sweatshirts. If you want a fanny pack that says tax this phallic object, I got a fanny pack for you. It's also on tumblers. I actually just found out I can make shower curtains and yoga mats. So I'll be looking into that more, but there's tons of stuff on there. If you would like one of the designs on a certain piece of merch, reach out to me. I'll see what I can do. But there's tons on there. Go check it out. The link is in the comments and it's also in the bio for the video. But if you decide, hey, I don't know, a nudist and I don't buy merch, or I don't know what you do, but you would still like to support me, I also have a PayPal, and that is also in the comments and also in the bio for this video. So, alrighty. And then also this coming up weekend, so I will be joining with the Matsu Trails and Parks Foundation, and we will be cleaning up the Reflection Lakes Trail. So if you would like to join me, that is this Saturday. We will be at the Reflection Lakes Trailhead at noon, and we'll be picking up trash, cleaning out debris from the trail. It'll be a lot of fun. Hopefully, it's great weather, and yeah, just helping cleaning up our community. It's a trail that a lot of people like to go to, great scenery. And so it should be a lot of fun. They will be providing trash bags, but you do need to provide your own snacks, water, and whatnot. And yeah, hopefully I'll see some of you folks there. And then after that, I will be at the Drink Beer Save Farms event, which will be in Palmer, Alaska. So you get to drink beer, listen to live music, and help raise money for the Alaska Farmland Trust. So what more could you ask for? It should be a lot of fun. If you are going to be there, let me know. We could hang out. I'll probably have one or two drinks because my liver is so weak. I get sloshed off of one beer. So, uh, yeah. So, I mean, I have that native liver. I just only have one drink and I'm absolutely sloshed. But you can have more drinks and help support the Alaska Farmland Trust, which would it should be a lot of fun. Ken Peltier is going to be the band playing there, which is a local favorite. Should be a lot of fun. And then one final announcement before I dive right in. Super stoked about this. I am now part of the Muddied Waters media team. Woo! So, yeah, I made it to the big time, folks. Super stoked. I will be there with Matt and Spike, and my co host will be the Cajun Libertarian. So, June 13th will be our first show. It'll be at 11 a.m. Alaska time, 3 p.m. Eastern time. I am so stoked. We're so excited. We promised not to argue about seafood the whole time. Not the whole time, just part of the time. I cannot promise that won't be at least part of the time. But yeah, we are so excited. So again, we will be on June 13th is the first day. It's on a Sunday, 11 a.m. Alaska time and 3 p.m. Eastern time. And so we'll be on Sundays. Matt and Spike will still have their show on Tuesday, Spike on Wednesday, and Matt on Thursday. So tons of fun. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. I know Cajun's excited. Yeah, he's in the comments saying, oh yeah, woo, we are stoked. So hopefully you'll watch us there too. Yeah, so again, if you're just joining us, make sure you like, comment, share, and let's roll into this. Yeah, so today I want to talk about a local hero, and his name is Andy Kriner. He owns the restaurant Kriner's Diner, which is in Anchorage. They are a popular restaurant there, and the best way to describe it is like massive wholesome. So they have massive cinnamon rolls like this big, massive wholesome. They have burgers and like the buns are glazed donuts, which is massive wholesome, also a massive heart attack. And also on Thanksgiving, they have a free lunch. So Andy Kreiner spends $1,000 of his own money and gets groceries and cooks up this massive lunch. And he literally pulls an all-nighter the day before Thanksgiving, and he gives out free Thanksgiving lunch. No matter what your financial status is or whatever, you come through that door, you get a free Thanksgiving lunch, and it's complete with turkey, mashed potatoes, gravy, all the fixings. So he does not hold back. He just wants to see the world eat or something like that. But no, he is a very generous man. And during that Thanksgiving lunch, whatever donations he does collect, it goes straight to the children's lunchbox. And that is a group in Anchorage, and they provide food to underprivileged children. So a very massive, wholesome. I don't know if I could say massive, wholesome again. Massive, wholesome. So again, he's practically a saint, and everyone loves him. Everyone loves his restaurant. He cooks fabulous food. Just a wonderful human being. And so, anyways, he owns Kriner's Diner in Anchorage, and the mayor of Anchorage at the time, last year was Ethan Berkowitz. And since this event, he has actually stepped down for unrelated events, and he's no longer the mayor of Anchorage. But at the time, so Ethan Berkowitz put out a shutdown order in August. And what it meant was you can't have any dine-in services. So you can have like the pull-up service, you can have service where you serve outdoors, even if it's in a tent, that sort of stuff. And so it was supposed to start like August 1st, and it was going to last the entire month of August. And leading up to this, so Berkowitz actually owns multiple bars and restaurants in Anchorage. And these bars and restaurants were actually setting up tents outside, like out in the parking lot. And people didn't know what was going on. They were setting aside these big areas. So he knew he was going to have this shutdown order. He was already prepared for it. And in fact, he even shut down C Street, which is downtown in Anchorage, so that one of his restaurants could have tents out on a major busy street. He shut down part of it for his restaurant. Now, if that doesn't scream corruption, then you're in the wrong group here. So not massive wholesome, more like massive asshole, not massive wholesome. uh, so, anyways, yeah, so leading up to the shutdown, he was already prepared, had the shutdown order. All these other restaurants that didn't know that this was going to happen, they're kind of left in the dust and like weren't prepared, and they're scrambling to get tents and trying to obey these mandates. So, Andy Kriner was like, no, he didn't have room in his parking lot to serve outside. It's a very busy area and it'd be a little too dangerous to serve food outside. And he also said that's not the type of food he serves. It's not something that you take to go. He wants people to sit down and eat together. And anyways, so he continued to serve food inside. He was like, no, I'm not going to listen to you. Not going to listen to you. So, anyways, so he announced that he was going to continue to serve inside. And there was a overwhelming support from the community. In fact, so Monday he's open and almost runs out of food. Tuesday by 1 p.m. he ran out of food. There wasn't a drop of food left, not an ounce of food left in his restaurant. He had to close early by around 1 p.m. in the afternoon. So massive support for that. In fact, just before that, municipal workers came in and had a stop work notice for Andy Kriner. And he talked with them and he offered to seat them and cook food for them, which I think is a very bold alpha move on his part. So, yeah, they had this paper, a stop work notice, a cease and desist, and his response was, hey, do you want lunch? So, and then later that day, Berkowitz also called Kriner and tried to convince him to close down shop and only serve to-go orders. And again, Andy Kriner offered for Berkowitz to meet him at his restaurant and serve lunch to him, and they can talk about it there. So, another bold move by him. In fact, when that happened, the whole restaurant erupted in applause, and everyone was super excited that he did that. He didn't back down. People were posting stuff all over social media. I mean, tons of memes came out of this. A lot of great stuff, I thought. So, um, the legal fine for serving food indoors, going against the mandate, was $300 a day that you do this. And with all this added extra support and people lining out the door to help pay for his legal fees, I mean, it was no biggie to him. He was willing to pay that $300 so that he can keep serving food. He was like, that's nothing. And again, like as libertarians, we know that a fine is just, it means it's just something that only the rich can do, and it's something that's against the poor. I mean, we don't really believe in fines. So because Andy Kriner wasn't backing down, the city actually threatened to shut down the electricity to their diner, which I think is insane. I don't know how they would actually do that, but they threatened to shut down electricity to Kriner's diner because he wouldn't back down, which is insane. Um, and Kriner's response was like he was going to spiral outside and continue to flip burgers and continue to serve people. People were lining up, offering their generators to keep the place running. Again, just massive amounts of support from the city. Like the Ethan Berkowitz isn't getting the message here from the people. Like, no, we're not going to listen to these mandates. I don't care what you do. People were lining up with solutions to every little hoop and hurdle that Berkowitz was throwing at this guy. So eventually, the city actually took this to the Ninth Circuit Court, which, for those that don't know, there's so much corruption at the Ninth Circuit Court, and it represents, I believe, the largest region in the U.S. I could be wrong on that, but there's just uh, their court cases get overturned far more than any other court in the U.S. because they're just unconstitutional, and it's run by a bunch of corrupt individuals. And there's plenty more stories on that and more specifics on that I won't quite go into. But anyways, in record time, the Ninth Circuit Court actually ruled with the municipality of Anchorage, saying that Kriner did have to shut down his restaurant, that he did have to stop serving people indoors. Now, because the Ninth Circuit Court ruled with Anchorage, the fine is now upped from $300 a day up to $5,000 a day. $5,000 a day if he wanted to keep going. So Kriner at this point, he felt like the message was pretty clear that the Anchorage people do not agree with Berkowitz's plan, but he doesn't have the money for $5,000 a day. And he said he didn't want people to be paying that much. He didn't want people stepping in to sponsor him so that he could keep running. But that message was there and it was clear. And there was overwhelming support from Anchorage area that they don't approve of these mandates. And Andy Kriner wasn't the only restaurant doing this. In fact, there were multiple other restaurants that were doing this as well. It's just Andy Kriner's was targeted. These other restaurants, like the municipality, didn't think it was necessary to take them to court, to the Ninth Circuit Court for this. And Spike, I am just now seeing your comment. Dressed like pandas. Okay, it's kind of chilly and it's really comfortable. And, oh my gosh. Yeah, I thought it was wholesome and cute, and it goes along with the story because it's massive wholesome. So, um, anyways, so something to get out of this story is like the importance of rising up against unjust mandates, unjust laws, that laws don't equal morality, right? Legality is not the same as morality, and that it's important for the people that we elect to represent us actually represent us. In this case, Berkowitz was not representing the Anchorage people, obviously, by this overwhelming support for Kriner's decisions. This is this man's way of life. I mean, he has his restaurant. That is his way of life. He wasn't deemed an essential worker and that they weren't going to let him do the business that he needs to do in order to pay for his bills and whatnot. And it's not just this guy. There was so many people across the board that were not deemed essential workers. And I think all workers are essential workers. You're trying to pay bills. You're trying to, take care of your family, whatnot. Um, yeah, so I am actually gonna go into the comments here before I continue on. There's a lot of comments, makes me really excited. If you haven't already, comment and let me know you're here. like this video and share it. So, Mike, been to Kriner's during the pandemic, and what Berkowitz did was tyrannical to say the least. It was. Yeah. I mean, the fact that Berkowitz knew that he was going to have this order and he set up his restaurants so that they would be prepared for this mandate is absolute corruption. And he left all the other restaurants out, didn't give them a chance, and they're struggling to get these tents and get going. Whereas he was able to shut down a major intersection, a major part of the road on C Street for his own restaurant. And not just his, actually his partner too was in on it as well. So his partner also owns restaurants and bars, and so does his wife. So actually his wife's restaurant wasn't able to find space outside, so that sucks. But absolute corruption. So going through Elizabeth, hey, Patricia, you are back, yay! Oh, my mom's on here too. Hi, mom. uh, let's see. Pumped about the show with you and Cajun. Yeah, awesome. I am so pumped for sure. Mike, seafood caucus for life. Yes. So if you're just joining in, I did announce earlier in the video that we have the Libertarian Party Seafood Caucus. So make sure you join that. A link for that is in the comments section and also in the bio for the video. All right. Christopher. Oh, I'm already married. Let's see. Let's going through. Yes, Eskimo shower curtain. Oh yeah, so I will hopefully get a shower curtain on my merch store, which is also in the bio and in the comments section. The link to my merch store. A toilet seat merch. I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do, Patricia. Um, Bathrobes. Oh man, I don't know if these are on there. I'll have to check, but if they are, and if you guys want one, I mean, I'll design one up, you know. Free market capitalism. Let's do it. I need that money for a better audio setup. This is actually what I have for audio setup, and it's from Walmart, and I don't know if I paid more than 20 bucks for it. And also I need better Wi-Fi or Wi-Fi. Alrighty, let's see. Yum. She said wholesome. Yes, I've said wholesome. I don't even know how many times. Do we have a wholesome counter going? Because wholesome, wholesome. Yeah, we're gonna just keep saying wholesome. Goes along with the panda outfit. That's why I chose it as well. Love the panda costume. Oh, thank you. Um, let's see. I can't believe Spike Cohen just talked about me wearing a panda suit. It's comfortable. He's just jealous. I mean, next time you come up here, Spike, I'll lend you my panda costume so that you can stay warm enough up here because it gets cold and I understand you come from a warmer climate and all that. So if you are jealous and want to borrow the panda costume, just let me know, man. Oh man. All right. So moving along. So Berkowitz has since stepped down for unrelated reasons. There was actually a sex scandal, like so cliche, that made him step down, and they've had to have a special election in Anchorage. And if I remember correctly, the Republican candidate is the one who won. It was really close, though, super close. So I don't know the full details on that. I would have to look that up. I don't live in Anchorage, so uh, yeah. Point being, it is definitely your duty to go out there. And I'm not saying to break the law, but there are unjust mandates. And what Kriner did is he made a point, and there was an overwhelming support. And we just need people to take that first step, and you'd be surprised at how many people follow suit. It is our job to not follow unjust mandates like this. When people exercise their tyranny, I mean, What's a good way to put this? When they exercise their tyranny like this, it is our job to stand up. I mean, have you ever watched A Bug's Life? There's a part where the grasshopper is talking about, it's important that the ants don't realize how many of them there are. And if one ant stands up, they will all stand up, and the grasshoppers have no chance against them. So these shutdowns have been happening all across the US. And people are standing up and saying that's enough. And we look at how fruitful these movements have become. Now, here in Alaska, people don't even care about the mandates anymore. They don't follow them. I mean, we just go about our day, and that is that. I mean, the government has realized that they've become powerless at this point after we've called them out, after we've taken action, and there's just too many of us that aren't following suit. And so that is our job as libertarians to take that first step. And so I'm not saying that if you are concerned about COVID and you want to wear a mask, you want a social distance, that is totally your choice, and I support that. If you want to get the vaccine, that is your choice. I support you in you making your choice. I do not support the government mandates and the government taking over and forcing us to do a certain way, especially since we have seen that they are not qualified to make these mandates, first off. They make mistakes. And additionally, it squashes upon the right to life, liberty, and property. All right. They don't have this power, but they've been trying to exercise it. And it is our job to stop them from exercising it, to call it out, to just not follow it. So let's see. Oh, someone said I said bootlickers wrong. Well, I don't normally use the term bootlickers, but anyways, um, yeah, if you guys have any more questions on this, let me know in the comments section. Also, if you want to help support me in getting better equipment, like better Wi-Fi, I could definitely use a lot more Wi-Fi, all the Wi-Fi that I could grab. um, that would be great. Go to my merch store. And if you're, like I said, I don't know, a nudist or minimalist or something and don't wear clothes and would rather just give me money through PayPal, I would greatly appreciate it so that I can get better equipment and a better setup so I can continue on with this show and provide as much libertarian thoughts and ideas to you as possible. And I'll continue to wear panda outfits and I'll wear other adorable, wholesome content if that helps too. So, anyways, so after going through the comments, it looks like there's not any more new comments. I'm going to sign off. You can find me on Clubhouse, and we will have an after party there. And we can talk more about the issue. I can go more in depth if you guys think I went over a part too quickly. I will be there on Clubhouse. So, thank you, folks. Keep your stick on the ice.